welcome to Purdue Varsity versus Shawnee State. I'm Viper.
I'm Mr. Box, and we're bringing you NECC Playoffs West Central Division II Upper Semifinal. The winner of this match will play University of British Columbia in the upper final. Loser will, as I believe, play U Michigan in the lower semi. Purdue's heading into this match 8-0 so far on the season, no losses. Shawnee, respectable 6-2 record. One of those losses, though, was to Purdue Varsity. I believe it was last week. It was a 3-1 win for Purdue. So hopefully they're going to bring out the same kind of energy, win this match again today. And as we can see, map pick is already Lee Jong Tower.
With a ban on Lucio by Purdue Varsity.
Yeah, it's an interesting ban. Lucio's very good on Lee Jong Tower, and Purdue has a very strong Lucio player. But I guess they opt that the surprise factor of making the other teams Lucio not play Lucio is really strong on Lee Jong Tower, and I think we've seen it a few times on the varsity streams at the APGL that they like to play the Wu Yang Curie instead. Kind of a little slower poke style comp. We'll see if they pull that out again today. But should be some pretty standard stuff for Purdue Varsity here. Maybe Shawnee they played this the first time around. Maybe they've got the comp on lock. Maybe they know how to deal with it. As we await the ban for Shawnee State, take some time to ponder what they want to do in response to that Lucio ban.
A banning of Domina.
Interesting choice. I like this choice for them. It's pretty pragmatic actually, considering the Lucio's gone. It means you're not going to have a lot of tanks that will try and run you down. You're not going to have like Rhine is very difficult to operate without Lucio. Ramatra difficult to operate without Lucio, and those are characters that have a very kind of favorable matchup into Domina. So you remove Domina from the table, those characters can still be ran without the Lucio. You have less poke going into for Shawnee. So maybe they really do want to play this brawl style. Purdue probably gonna stick to a bit of poke. I don't know what tank they usually run with this. Probably Diva. Diva is very powerful right now. Maybe it's gonna be Diva Brig Juno. Keep that speed on the table. As we look a bit at the hero pools here for Purdue players. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting matchup here, I believe. Neeb sub 1 the DPS, Astro, Alistair, support players, and Abkasa tank player. Hopefully the other team's also in that same lineup, and will know that we'll know who's playing who on the other side.
And it looks like we are ready to go.
Have a little bit of time to speculate on what characters will be run here for Purdue and for Shawnee.
See, I'm not familiar what Purdue Varsity plays. I know
Junker Queen.
Junker Queen.
Junker Queen. I know the old varsity team, which I think is now Gold Team, ran a lot of Junker Queen and Diva when Junker Queen's banned. I think Purdue Varsity also runs kind of similar things. I know they like to run the Vendetta Tracer a lot. Neeb is very good on the Tracer, very good on Widow. Those are kind of the two bread and butter heroes for Neeb. Sub 1's been playing a lot of Vendetta and Reaper this season. You see, it is the Zarya pick. And that Mercy pick is bait.
We're gonna get the Kiriko pick here.
I think the more interesting thing is going to be whether or not Shawnee stays on the Symmetra or if it's just a TP out. Symmetra can be good on Lead Tower, but can also be a bit difficult to get a hold of, and they will swap to that Reaper. Mizuki Moira, interesting support lineup. This Basilisk just comes in and gets a down slash onto Neeb, just destroying that Embrace right away. No chance for Purdue Varsity to get any purchase on what should be a first fight win here as Shawnee State opts to continue pushing the tempo with the Vendetta and the Zarya bubbles. The objective is now active. Let's take a look here at Abkasa looking to walk up with his Zarya to get some poke down towards the back line. got the Vendetta. One bubble used for Shawnee. Vendetta gets very low for Shawnee, but there's no punish. SJ looking to sneak down the back line. Getting a little bit of a push pull here, and that Vendetta extremely low again. Not able to secure the kill. Purdue Varsity still waiting for their first pick with the TP into the back line from their Reaper and or Tracer and Vendetta. No kills coming off of it. A little bit of a struggle here for Purdue Varsity in this first like 30% and counting, and that Moira Coalescence should seal this fight win here for Shawnee. And they're already about halfway through by all said and done. Custom with the trade though. Quite a interesting result. Should give Purdue Varsity a little bit of space to walk in here, but they need to make sure they don't get picked by anything. Opted to use the Wu Yang ultimate into that Mizuki barrier. Will find no picks, and the Moira finds a trade onto the Wu Yang. Zarya for Shawnee extremely low, but cannot find the pick. Purdue will get it eventually, but all the trades going in favor of Shawnee on this first point. 65% and counting here. This is trouble time for Purdue.
And that would be a stagger here.
Interesting trade for Alistair on that Kiriko to get that pick. That's going to give Purdue a little bit of an easier time walking up here. Not as much presence in the front line. You still have the Reaper Zarya bubbles for Shawnee that you can try and make something happen, but they opt to back all the way. Going back in though, forcing the bubble finishers, and the Reaper TP'd and killed the Kiriko instantly. Don't know where the teleport was. Purdue has to back out a little bit here. It's 90%, they don't have that much time to back out. We'll see if they can try and make something to the point. Reaper TP, we see someone with that Vendetta ultimate trying to make a play. It's the Vendetta or Basilisk with the ultimate Fox. No kills, but the Fox will get a trade on someone. Neeb will trade it back. It's even on both sides here. Full spawn wide. Kitsune ultimate through point for Purdue, looking to find some purchase. And shut down on that Reaper Blossom. Purdue's getting some trades here, but their presence on the point is a bit lacking. That Zarya is still full HP. It's going to be difficult. Grab used as well, trying to secure it. It's Basilisk finding it back again. It's the Vendetta versus the 2 for Purdue Varsity. Mizuki back as a 2v2. Mizuki will get the trade. Basilisk with the other. Shawnee State getting the 0.1 cap here on Lijiang Tower.
Score 0-1.
The backline for Shawnee is too survivable. There's no one for Neeb or someone to really dive on. Both of them have pretty decent escape possibilities, and that binding chain, you saw a little bit of that work on the Vendetta. Binding chain stun kind of shuts down the Vendetta a little bit. I'd be very, very curious to see what Purdue's adaptation is here. Looks like maybe it's going to be a May, try and slow down that Vendetta. Could be a good option.
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
We see TP's taken from both teams. Wu Yang and Trace are going to opt to go through that left side. Purdue Varsity staying in main. As you see, Shawnee, they've already gotten to that point with the Sin TP. As someone just takes off the support's head, and Neeb finds the pick onto Symmetra. This is the opening fight you want here for Purdue. 2 early picks. Zarya's down. Just the Vendetta and the support left, and Purdue will open up this point. Get a trade onto Alistair, but non-consequential here, and a swap to Jetpack Cat. How do you feel about that Jetpack Cat swap?
It'll be interesting. They might get some value off it, honestly. But, I don't know, I think the Mizuki is a little bit better here.
Yeah, that binding chain, really, really powerful. Did put the hit on the Tracer, but could still be very useful as you see that Mage is getting run down, and Astronaut get caught out here. See if Purdue can get any trades. The Moira is extremely low without Fade. Doesn't look like they'll be able to secure the kill, and Diesel gets the pick on Tracer. That should be it here for Purdue Varsity. They're still going to fight a little bit in this courtyard, but the cap's gone over to Shawnee. They're going to have to back out a bit. Something very close to this Blizzard could be very good, and they will successfully kite out this Moira Coalescence. Purdue Varsity, this walk forward is just a little bit too far. Purdue Varsity not able to fully kite out that Coalescence. Get another trade on the back of it.
I keep Getting a little stuck here.
Yeah, pretty much all the ultimates for Purdue here. Shawnee, they just use that coalescence. That jetpack ultimate could be devastating. To pick up on to with a Kiriko, jetpack died for it. They doesn't know the tech of the death box. The Graviton Surge for Purdue is in, and that full spawn from me with the combo will get another. And that ultimate canceled from Astronaut. It's a very good fight all at the end of the day here for Purdue. It looked like it was going to be a bit difficult after you lose that Kiriko, but losing the cat for Shawnee, the ultimate trade on top, it's good for Purdue. Now you have double support ults. They set themselves up pretty good for this point. The problem is going to be how do they deal with that Graviton Surge? You can only Wu Yang bubble one person, so maybe they should opt to play a little bit spread out here. Graviton Surge, Wu Yang bubble onto the Zarya Blizzard to try and negate any effects, but Zarya will kill the Wu Yang. The freeze does come out on the Zarya, and we're going to trade Purdue Varsity still in this here with Passage full charge, just beaming down that Moira, and will get 3 picks to turn the fight in Purdue's favor. Looks like that Wu Yang chose right to bubble that Zarya in the grab. Instant swap. I don't know how that'll go.
I don't know either. I think their tank was doing very well on the Zarya.
Yeah. That bubble's gonna be a bit difficult, and after early Kitsune rush here, try and just go aggressive and stop Shawnee before they can even get to the point. They get the coalescence out. We'll see if they can successfully back out this time with that Kitsune rush still on the ground. As Shawnee is slowly making their way towards this courtyard, Nii will pick up the Reaper, trying to get towards point. Wu Yang Wave does a lot of damage onto the members of Shawnee, trying to get to this point for the contest, but when they're making that push, they're too exposed to the support poke from that Kiri Wu Yang, and they will all fall down. Purdue evens up the score on this Lijiang Tower with a little bit of a rocky start, but a very solid finish.
1-1.
Honestly, that was really great for Purdue there.
Yeah.
Ready for battle.
Very good control of the ultimate economy. Able to use ultimates in a way, maybe not really how you would think usually you use that Wii ultimate. You use it on the Tracer, try and get some blinks in the backline and get a stun into a one clip. But you also use it defensively. You keep one of your most important damage sources alive. That's that high charge Zarya. Ends up winning the fight for you. Blizzard on top, just barely catching the other Zarya in the Blizzard.
I think,
economy play.
and we are getting a sim TP out of point for Purdue, and then we're seeing CVG Neeb go back out on Tracer. We are seeing their tank switch to Malga here.
Yeah, I think the Malga pick could be quite consequential here. A slam from that Malga with some downside is probably something that could be extremely powerful, as we see they're just bullying the Zarya Mei on that far side of the map, and they will collect all the picks. Soldier as well can be quite good at dealing with the Tracer. The Helix Rocket puts out a lot of pressure. Maybe this adaptation of the Malga and the Soldier is really what they need. As we see, like Captain says, we're not going to play Zarya into Malga, we're just going to swap Diva.
Diva's really good right now.
Yeah, that booster buff they got a few patches ago,
Yeah.
increasing the duration, very, very strong. Those boosters can last a long time. First ultimate's probably going to be for the Moira here again. We'll see if they can find a dive onto someone. Cat gets a little bit low. Moira is extremely low. No fade, and Alistair looks like they'll take on that Jetpack Cat. That's the other character that Alistair is very good at, is that Jetpack Cat. And we'll get another pick here. Alistair doing the work of that Jetpack Cat, just diving on squishies with some of that just burst damage, high speed. It's difficult to deal with, and Purdue, they gave away 30% after the first fight, but they came back, and now they've got some ultimates to boot. That Blizzard is online.
That Blizzard could be big here for Purdue.
Yeah, especially now that there's Malga on the field. It's going to be a little bit easier time of finding value onto that tank. You can just wait for that run cooldown and drop the ability. You see the Malga run is in, the Blizzard is thrown on top, and that Malga is froze. Does have their abilities to sustain it, but there is a trade. The re going to Purdue, one going the other way. All numbers down for Shawnee now. Purdue with a very good ultimate fight, just using one. But Shawnee, they didn't use any, and they're coming up on a few now.
Coming up on that D.Va, also Cat and Ana ult will be here. Nano will be great. Are we thinking the
Nano
who are we thinking the Nano's gonna go to?
likely onto D.Va, but
Yeah.
they want to be mega meme. Nano onto Cat. We saw what Alistair did earlier, just harassing people with that Cat and Bomb pick to see if they opt to do it again. As Cassidy has the mech here, if they get pressured out, Astronaut's not able to use that Nano. Will get picked straight away, but Neve and Cassidy will find the lead respectively to open up this fight again. Moira used that coalescence, was no effect. As you see, the Tracer just cleaning up on the back line. I think Shawnee needs to do a little bit of a better job kind of pressuring out this Tracer before they look to engage. If they engage before they've pressured out the Tracer, that Tracer's going to create a pinch and will just one-clip people that are not looking at them. It's a very difficult proposition to try and deal with, but they have to try. You see that Cat drags the Malga towards point, good stomp, will get the cage as well, and gets the pick on the Ana. Malga's extremely low and will get traded in the lead, as we said, will find the pick on the soldier in the backline. Drops Blizzard, will try and control this point. Neve gets another pick onto the Moira and is just the Vendetta alive. Will die to the Tracer force bomb. Purdue Varsity with a smart and prudent swaps will find their way to a first map win here. I think a D.Va swap, very, very essential. You can kind of see the survivability that D.Va has throughout that last point there. You can't really walk on the D.Va, the boosters. Cooldown is very short. Tracer coming in from the side, making it easier for that D.Va to dive in on some low targets and destroy people with missiles. D.Va is very, very good right now.
And that will be a map win for Purdue here.
And this is NECC, the kings of weird formats, so there is actually map bans. Believe it or not, maybe. Don't know. They always have weird formats. NECC, they had a format with both teams banning maps and no hero bans in the past.
Oh, really? I'm not familiar with this rule.
This was I think almost 2 years ago now. They had map ban, no hero bans. It was kind of before hero bans really existed, but that was a format that did exist. Was I don't know. I did not enjoy that. It was interesting.
That is a valid thing.
Yeah, it was interesting. Interesting dynamic banning maps, but ultimately, I don't think it really did too much for the gameplay. As Shawnee will take a moment to ponder what their options are. What do you think if they have a choice of map, kind of? What do you think they would want to lean towards based on what we saw on the first map?
I think something very heavily like a dive heavy map. I'm not sure what their map pool exactly is.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. They play a lot of dive here.
Maybe a Suravasa. I know Suravasa is also a good map for Purdue Varsity. They like to play Suravasa. Yeah, they want Suravasa, and they're gonna ban Tracer. So I guess they mistyped when they said map ban. It was a map comma ban, maybe.
I was like,
gotta love grammar.
I was gonna say, Neeb was really putting in the work on the Tracer.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna ban Kiri here.
Ban Kiriko. Interesting. Double really banning out support. I always propose to my team, hey, let's ban supports. There's a lot of people that have been playing Kiriko Lucio comps for 3 years now, almost 3+ years. There is a lot of value in just banning out those characters because the people that are playing are just not really comfortable playing.
Oh no.
So
it seems my computer has frozen.
Oh no.
This is not good.
Stream still live? Question mark.
Don't know. My whole computer has frozen.
Oh, they said R. Is that new? There we go.
Uh-oh.
It's
Yeah, and I
showing.
can't my actual like my how do I put this?
I see your cursor moving.
Yeah, but how do I put this? I can't access my other I can't access my OBS. Like it's like frozen.
Mm,
Oh, wait, are we good? Maybe? No?
grid map.
No, we're not good. I feel really bad. Let's see if it's a keyboard thing. We can hope. Let's try to. Oh, we got it. We got it. Okay, we'll make it work. I will have to fix the bands in a minute, but at least I have something.
At least we have control.
Yeah,
We're
I was a
controlling.
little scared there. I'm like, please no, my computer doesn't ever do this.
Let's take a look at the comps here for both teams. Moira Lucio, this is the substitution for Kiri Lucio that I enjoy watching the most. I enjoy the Moira Lucio version. It's a very just play fast, in your face, try and get the fight over with ASAP. So hopefully that's what Shawnee will try and look for with that Vendetta Symmetra. But look at what Purdue's on here. Diva, they're on Emery, they're on May, they're on Ana. This is a very kind of, say, prickly cactus kind of comp towards what Shawnee State is trying to run here. You see the May wall just sectioning off that Zarya, forcing a lot of resource. Both bubbles used already, and you can see that Moira is extremely low from the poke of that Emery. And that Zarya is just down again with Akatsude diving in, and this is what happens when you have that pressure from the Illari. You have possibility for anti-nades from that Ana, sleep darts. You have that May to just bolster the front line, make it very difficult for the other team to just walk it through the straight line. Emery on the side, so much poke. This will be very difficult for Shawnee State to deal with here.
Are you hearing that like really annoying noise?
There's a bug with Vendetta that causes.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah. See TP here, for Symmetra in towards the backline. Emery popping that ultimate behind. He tries to fight after Lucio. Shawnee finds a pick onto Astronaut. And that down slash for the Vendetta shutting down the Emery ultimate. Purdue with about 70% on this point before it's going to get flipped over here. We see someone just dying in Akatsude, opting to keep their mech and circle around all the way around the backside to get back to their team. As that's a really good fight for Shawnee. They didn't really have to use any ultimates. They had that coalescence to potentially use in that fight, but they didn't need it. We're walking into some pretty dangerous territory for the ultimates for Purdue here. Almost got 4 of them online.
Yeah, with these sim turrets, with the way that they're set up, could be deadly. So they're gonna have to try to dive carefully and just take out these turrets. Oh, we got sim TP with a great nade.
TP with a massive nade from Astronaut to try and equalize that just aggressive play. Will get traded out as support, but Need will find a pick up some more. No supports available for Shawnee, but they do also pick up some kills on the back line. It should just be a Diva versus May and Diva. There's some members of Shawnee getting back with that Lucio speed. It's going to be difficult for Purdue to try and get this flip over. Using the Diva Bomb to remake, will not find kills. May extremely low. Sim wall used for Shawnee to try and secure this point as they are now fully restacked on the point. Blizzard used trying to stabilize the point is still contested here at 99 towards Shawnee. Illari ultimate, everything is going to be utilized. Both teams really want this. Mercer with 2 picks from the Illari ult is going to change the tempo of this fight. Purdue now massively advanced. Diva Bomb from Shawnee will find nothing. As Wow, that was a hero play from Alistar to secure this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, and the late respawn for that D.Va should mean that the touch for Shawnee will be extremely rushed. They will be able to do it, but it's going to be tough. Lucio B2 engage onto this point, will get them to space, but this Emre ult is going to pop after that beat is gone, and there should be some picks coming through with that at Pastor J diving in. With that D.Va, will get one. Alistar with another. Emre ult's gone, no kills, but did enough work to secure the point for Purdue.
Neeb really farming these Emery ults. How many was that in, like... How many has he had so far? 2?
That was two on that first point.
Yeah.
Very, very strong play. Outpacing the Moira Coalescence. Very surprising.
Do you think that they're gonna nerf that?
I hope so. I think Emre is very, very powerful right now. Emre can do a lot. I feel like it probably has an outsized impact. If you have a good Emre player, you have the better Emre player, you probably have a lot better chance of winning the OT. As we see, May trying to control that dive in from the D.Va will put a lot of pressure on that Vendetta and force a Coalescence out. We'll see if Purdue can kite this. They do have a D.Va bomb if they need it on point, but the wraparound to the back from Shawnee will collect that Ana, and the Blizzard on point will find one. Pastor J with another coming around the backside with the boosters. D.Va is demexed, and Purdue find a way to make that a little bit risky fight with that Coalescence getting a pick on Ana. They turn it around with the Blizzard, and now they're at 45% here. And this is going to be difficult for Shawnee to walk up to this point. You're going to have some angles to try and get some really good nades on the backline. No Kiriko to cleanse. You're going to have D.Va bomb for point, close nano, Illari ults. I don't see Shawnee making another capture of this point. They will opt to wrap all the way around the coast side again, see if they can try and make a dive onto that Ana. D.Va going for it. Vendetta will get naded and extremely low. Neeb walking down the front line with the picks off of that Illari ult. Also extremely low, but no possibility for Shawnee to trade. The second point for Purdue here, and it's looking dominating on the second point of Saravasa. And you still have 3 ultimates here for Purdue. You used one in that fight, you used one in the fight before. Now you've got your Emre ult again. You've got a nano Emre ult and no Lucio beat. I mean, it's going to be difficult. D.Va's going to have to full commit to defend that. And, you know, that leaves you open to the rest of Purdue's team to try and find some kills off the back of all that space. You see a walk up here for Purdue. There's a Vendetta ult that they might have to be a little bit careful of. Could find some value. The Emre ult top nano onto the D.Va, diving into the back line. Ana getting dived. All the pressure. The Emre ult doing so much damage. Will get 2, but Moira trades one back. It supports in a D.Va for Shawnee still alive. They might be able to make something work here. The Lucio goes off the map from the D.Va boosters. Purdue will find another initial point cap here, and they are going to stagger this D.Va. This is brutal.
Ooh, she almost remec'd.
Almost got it. This is a fight coming up here for Purdue where I want to see them try and just hard kite out some of these ultimates. Try and get Shawnee to use these ultimates aggressively and just look to run away. Look to get them out, try and reset the fight, get back onto your turns where you can go back with the Blizzard, with the Illari ult, and try and find some good value. Illari ult up first here. They will get around it with that May wall. A little bit of time, but the mecha is extremely low, and Moira will find a pick onto Alistar. It's traded though, someone will let someone back, and maybe they opt to use the Blizzard. They will use that Blizzard. Zarya going to get frozen up. No freeze on that Zarya, but Emre will find one on the Moira, and it's an Emre duel, and he's booped off the map by the Lucio. Big play from the box to try and keep Shawnee safe into this point here. Purdue will get it towards 95%, but Shawnee, they only need to use one ultimate there. That's exactly what they needed.
Purdue coming into this with one ult here. Coming up on a Emery ult though. But we have seen from Alistair those Alara ults have been big this round, so.
Yeah, they have been pretty big. There is a Lucio beat in response this time for Fox, so maybe that's what they're going to plan for. As Vendetta goes in, Ilari ult pops in response to Purdue, and that is that Lucio beat used. Emre also ulting as Varsity does get picked by someone. Good defensive may play. We see Alistair in the backline trying to create some angles for pressure. The Moira extremely low and will get killed by Neat. Ultimate stunned, will pick up and trade, and that Zarya is high charged with the grab. It's going to be difficult here for Purdue to really even out this point, but the Nano use as defensively into the grab, and the Alari will live. He faced the ult of the Vendetta, and Alistair did get the pick on the Zarya before dying. Purdue, surprisingly still in this, can get the cap back on the point. I don't think they will keep that cap for much longer as the rest of Shawnee State comes back in, and maybe this will be their first point cap on this now. Purdue able to touch here. They use the Diva Bomb to try and clear point. Does not get a pick, but the Blizzard on the backside does freeze some. Purdue coming in from the mid side will shut down Shawnee State's attempt at taking this point. I'm very surprised they decided to go into that fight down so many members, but they were able to get the touch, and maybe Shawnee wasn't expecting that. Caught off guard, and they're down 2-0 in the series now.
Play of the game.
Gonna play the game by Alistair here.
I think there'll be that first point. 2K.
That was a wild ult.
Ooh, look how many it hit. So
It was
many.
brutal.
I mean, if that Vendetta lives, you know, anything can happen. As Vendetta ults get 3Ks, very, very possible. Chunks through a lot of overhealth. It's very, very clutch play from Alistair. But I think the unsung hero here is sub 1 on that Mei.
Yeah.
Is doing a lot to defend against that Vendetta. Vendetta is very powerful at just kind of eliminating people quickly with that down slash. And just having the Mei there to kind of, you know, wall off one of the movement abilities from that Vendetta, that beam, just slowing them down a little bit, chunking at their block. You know, if the Mei's beaming with that spray onto the Vendetta, that Vendetta has to block. And if you're forcing out block, it's going to be easier for your Emre. Get some shots in, you can break that block, and now all of a sudden that Vendetta's just gone. So base swap, very, very good. And I think banning Kiriko and playing Ana is a very, very sound strategy. You know they won't have cleanse no matter what supports they play. And then just the Alari on top, extra poke, always nice. So a little bit of a break here. Some time to speculate what map that Shawnee will go to. I'm a bit curious because first map you lose a bit of that like Zarya matchup. You go here and we're into a Diva matchup for a long time. You lose that Diva matchup. What's the next? What's the third option here? What is the third kind of tank composition that you would probably go with here?
I mean, they lost in the Malga here as well.
Yeah, so they did play Malga for a little bit.
And then the Winston, it didn't go well. Or I don't know if they had enough time.
Yeah,
Maybe that Domina? Maybe a Domina? But I don't know. Does their tank play Domina?
I don't know. I would like to see maybe
Their tank plays Hog.
Okay, I think I understand. What map could be good for like some Roadhog shenanigans? I feel like
I mean, you could.
I've seen it happen on New Queen Street. Roadhog strats doing pretty good.
Even on Esperanza, I think you could get away with it.
The thing is, for Roadhog comps, I feel like you needed Kiriko, and maybe the Jetpack Cat is good at helping the Roadhog position. We saw a bit of that on Lijiang Tower. Jetpack Cat just boosting the tank to point right away. You know, but then again, you're opening the door for Alistair to play the Jetpack Cat, and that to me that's a no go. I don't want that to happen. I don't want Alistair on Jetpack Cat if you're Shawnee because he will just frag out and eliminate your backline with Neeb. So and they banned Tracer I believe last map right.
Yeah.
So
I
they
think they
don't
might
have
go
the
for a
ability to
tank.
ban. They don't have the ability to ban out a Tracer Cat dive. Could be very very powerful for Purdue.
I think a ban on a
Maybe.
tank here, but the issue is, no matter what, I think they just kind of have to work around. I don't want to butcher his name, and I'm gonna feel really bad if I do. ABC
Abcasta, yeah.
Upcast. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to work around him because he's just so flexible on what tanks he's playing.
Yeah. I had a thought maybe you if you're Shawnee, I think I was like maybe you go to a map like Circuit Royale or Havana and try and like play off of play to mitigate sub one's hero pool. Because mostly what they've played this season has been Vendetta, Vendetta, Reaper, and May. So characters that don't really fare well on some of those long sightline maps. So maybe you can make a Circuit Royale work. But then I was like,
They
but then
run.
that puts Neeb on Widow, which is bad news.
That's
I
what I was
mean,
just thinking.
we saw I maybe some of the people remember, but I distinctly remember observing Neeb on Widow on Lijiang Tower this semester, and him just absolutely annihilating the other team as they try and walk through the left side, uh, the left side pathway on Lijiang Gardens. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you open up the ability to like exploit maybe someone's hero pool on some of those maps, but then you're also opening up the ability for Neeb to destroy you on Widow. So it's kind of like a catch 22. You try and play to limit on one DPS's hero pool, and you're making the other DPS's hero pool stronger. So it's gonna be a very difficult choice here for Shawnee to decide what they want to do.
I think their best choice is to target sub one,
Mm,
just because I think that May is deadly, and I think
yeah.
when it came to the Vendetta versus Vendetta matchup, I did notice that um Shawnee's team was a little bit better on that matchup.
Mm, yes, they did. Good point to remember. They did win. They did win 1 point on Lijiang Tower.
And it looks like we have a map and a ban.
Ooh,
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar. Okay, we're going full dive comp. I to be honest, I'm not gonna be surprised if Neeb still decides to play Widow here. Because
Banning
Gibraltar, I
Diva.
feel like is ooh. That's
What
from banning Diva from Shawnee.
from Shawnee. Which means we're
Hmm.
probably gonna see a Winston versus a Winston. And they're banning
Ban
Brig.
Brig.
Yep.
I like that. I'm okay with that ban. I like that ban. Maybe that's a character you don't want to play, and you know the enemy team might want to play. We could end up seeing the Ana Ilari again
Yeah.
for Purdue. Could be quite powerful. As you said, Abkasaj, maybe it's going to be a Winston matchup here, but I don't know. Maybe Ball's going to get played. Maybe Doomfist. Either
Well,
way, DPS line maybe could be Widow Genji.
The thing is with this map is it is very famous for of like a I don't this is how it was put to me. It's pretty much a solved comp of this is the ideal
Yeah.
for this map is either Diva, Winston, but I think it's preferably Diva, Widow or Ashe, and then Tracer, and then on a break.
Yeah, definitely agree. Tracer very strong on this map just to continually contest cart, especially on first point going to that low ground. Pretty much essentials. We will see Ana without that brig will be the jetpack cat. I wonder how that's gonna play out if the jetpack cat is gonna play to peel for the Ana or if it's just gonna be another member diving in.
Setting up the
'Cause
Ana already on the right spot.
I think Alistair's tendency is going to be to play very aggressive on that jetpack cat, and we see Echo with sub 1 on Tracer. Yeah, I'm very curious as to how that will go, and we'll see Widow Echo Roadhog Curie jetpack cat on the other side.
Oh.
Maybe that brig ban. Oh, it's a vendetta. Captain's already 1 HP. Alistair just taking that 1v1. So Reaper will push cart. You know, Reaper is not a bad person to have push cart here for Shawnee. Is the Roadhog just walks, brought up to that high ground and just hard walks onto the enemy team and will kill the Ana.
Sub making issues for their Reaper though.
Yeah, Curie forced the TP and support that Reaper. Will get them towards this underpass, especially since Astronaut went down on that Ana. It's going to be difficult maybe for Purdue to set up a real good kind of kill box for a dive with that instant Tracer. Because Tracer needs to continually test cart for a little bit here. See them dealing with 3. And that losing that fight with the pick onto Ana is really bad for Purdue because your ultimate cycle with the nano onto Winston or Tracer is going to just be slow. You see the Roadhog already 70, jetpack cat 4, Shawnee's at 90 as Purdue will get a dive onto that kind of low ground room with the Echo and some picks. Obviously Roadhog to stabilize after they lost some members. Vendetta extremely low and will get picked. Purdue make the most of a kind of awkward fight in that low ground. They invest in ultimate and they will secure the team fight win. But then again, like, Astronaut died twice here. The nano buildup is extremely slow. They can keep winning neutral fights without nano is a very good sign for Purdue here on this map. He's hooked and he's dead. Alistair a little bit too aggressive, not enough follow-ups from the team. We'll see if Sub1 can try and make some trade here with that pulse bomb. Might be essential for Purdue to be able to maintain on the first point. These Reaper and Vendetta jumping up towards where that Ana was, and the cat gets the pick onto the Ana. Cart is still underneath. They have not pushed it that much. Even if Purdue loses the fight here, they should still be able to get a contest onto this cap. Especially now that they have Winston's timeout. A lot of help and no steal for that Vendetta. That's the no button for Purdue to try to dive in. Shawnee State trying to neutralize with a Curio ultimate and a Roadhog trying to pick off this point. And Tracer will contest on the front side. Those ultimates getting no value, and the nade from Astronaut will get some value, but stunned and dog beds on the Curio. Finds and Trace. Purdue still in this fight here with the Winston and the Tracer alive, but it's going to be difficult for them to defend this.
60 seconds.
It's still enough time for their team to get back. And another copy from me onto that Roadhog. Look at the stun and force the Vendetta out, and that Vendetta is dead. Maybe Purdue can make something happen here. Astronaut is not able to get that nano. That's the crucial pick that Shawnee needed to really secure the point cap. And it was almost a hold for Purdue, but Shawnee will get it, and they have double DPS on this for the second point.
Mauga. Interesting. Roadhog must be a very big problem for Purdue to solve if they're swapping onto a Mauga here. He's already speaking to another copy. Absolutely farming on that Echo. Tries to run into that ship and gets annihilated by the Roadhog hook and the Vendetta down slash. It's not a good look to be diving in there, but at the same time, Purdue gets to dive onto his cart and stops it for a very long time. You should be able to kind of regroup a bit here, especially with that save on Roadhog, and get a contest as the cart moves down towards this final cap here. You see a lot of pressure onto that cat, and Neve will find the pick with the focusing beam. No more cat ultimate for Shawnee State. Another copy for Neve. He's cancelled by the Roadhog. Kirito ultimate and a Roadhog ultimate to try and secure this point for Shawnee, but it's a pick for Purdue. And it's just a little bit even here. Both teams in a bit of a stalemate. Can't really push for Shawnee with that Mauga still alive, but maybe that pick on Cat will give him the space. Nope. CVG Neve shuts it down with another onto that Echo. It's gonna be a bit difficult here with that hog on flip, but Neve with another. Neve is doing all the work on this Echo right now. Another pick with the cage, only the Roadhog alive. And it is on to the Ana Alaru now off the Cat for Purdue. As through that really long extended fight, the time has ticked all the way down. Only 1 minute left here for Shawnee to try and make something happen, and they only have one ultimate.
60 seconds remaining.
This Nano, the fact that we've ended up with just a Nano in this fight, close to copy for Echo, is Alistair playing a little bit too far forward. But Purdue with that Nano, they have some house money to play with here. The Nano will be able to give them a lot of purchase on point if they put it onto the Mauga, especially if it's just the Roadhog pushing. The Ana is forced out by the Echo, and Jetpack Cat for Shawnee will get the pick. It's going to be second point cap here for Shawnee after another extended duel where maybe they can get back with enough support to be able to... Nah, it should not be. Shawnee will get the cap eventually. What? Nano onto Tracer. Neve got 2 as another Jetpack Cat ultimate will pull the Tracer off point. Wow, very chaotic fights here. Both teams not hesitating to just use ultimates when they have it. And somehow, despite losing the cap, Purdue still has found a way to continue getting picks here. Maybe this is an opportunity to respond. Never mind. That pick up the tank will eliminate the spawn. Well, Tracer is still in to do a bit of poke damage. Alistair getting a lot of poke damage. And that extended fight really, now there's a minute left. And Neve's on Widow. This is dangerous for Shawnee here with Neve on Widow. People will start dropping just randomly. And there's another.
Yep, we need to spectate this a little bit here.
This guy is GOAT. This guy is GOAT. Alistair has that captive son. He's hunting for that Echo. Will not be able to see it right now. There is also a Pescade onto a Sigma. Very good matchup into the Roadhog. Like, Hyper Spears do a lot of poke on the Roadhog. Be careful. And, I mean, what can you do if you're Shawnee? Your Reaper's trying to engage on that Widow? Nope, dead. Captain Sun will be used. Jetpack Cat trying to make a dive for it, but will get kicked by Ilarian. In that time, they have found a trade onto the Ana. Maybe that opens up a little bit of space here for Shawnee. They will get another pick. But Neve's on the high ground. Nobody can really contest to that Echo. They will get a dive. It's in overtime officially. Purdue coming back with the Nano and close to a flux. Shawnee with the Jetpack Cat ultimate and a Reaper Blossom. Shawnee has decent chances to cap here. They will drive the Sigma off the map. I think that is going to be the outcome here for Shawnee in overtime.
That was a great hold by Purdue, though.
Very, very strong hold. to just continue throwing bodies and drag the time all the way down. We'll see if it ends up being in effect here. If Purdue can cap with a lot of time, all that defensive effort will likely be rewarded with a staggering time difference for the overtime round. But they do have to get all the way to that third point and cap, which can be difficult. Can be very difficult. As you will see, Shawnee, that Roadhog, you know, I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised that they were able to make it work. I think it's really off the back of that jetpack cat just hunting the Ana in the back line.
When you're distracted.
There's a lot of fights that Shawnee, you know, maybe they shouldn't win. They don't have the space to be able to walk forward in the right way, and then all of a sudden, some stickies onto that Ana, and the jetpack cat is zooming in to follow up, and that Ana's gone. And now Purdue, without a lot of their heals, they're on the back foot, and they're able to push through with the Echo, get some pixels. See if Purdue can maybe find a bit of a counter. Maybe Orisa May. We're playing with both teams playing ground tanks on Gibraltar in the big T6. Never thought I would see it. Diana is successfully on the high ground now. Maybe we are going to drag with Orisa up to the high ground. Let's see. Oh, we're getting dragged by a Mughook anyway. This card is just forced underneath. No ability for Shawnee to really try and contest the card as Cassidy is protecting the backline pinch as the Roadhog drops down to contest it. Aiming for some sort of pick. They will get a pick onto the Ana. And they will get another onto someone. The Roadhog just drops and is not able to be punished. Good play from Shawnee to be able to find that space.
But to be fair, these ground tanks do now have jetpack cat. Well, well, Purdue has the jetpack cat to be able to get up to the high ground. So
very, very true.
It does help.
See how more options become available when characters with unique utility get added to the game. You see a big dive into this lower aerial. Echo gets caught by a spear. Trade onto the tank for Shawnee gives them a little bit of time to stabilize here. Potentially still advantage for Purdue. They can charge that nano boost that they will likely need if they want to try and get a cap on this point. Almost gets the one clip on the Emre. Forces a TP from the Kiriko, and now Tracer is securely in the background to try and get some picks. Akasabe anchoring this point with the Mei, and will find one with the spear. It's a big spear from Akasabe to open up this point. We'll see if any more picks come about it. Leaves with another, and Alistair is just farming on this high ground. That will be the opening point here for Purdue. Say 3 minutes on the 4 minutes on the clock.
That's nice.
Second point. Healthy time bank.
No one on cart though. Oh wait, there we go.
Yeah. The thing that I'm worried about here, if you're Purdue, is I'm worried about the Roadhog blocking with this Kitsune Rush. I think that is a very scary proposition. The Roadhog just does so much damage when the weapon fire rate is boosted by that Kiriko ultimate. As the Emre will find a pick on the side onto the Ana, as Purdue having a difficulty dealing with the angles on this sponsorship. Because they forced to use the ultimate, will get one back onto the Echo, and maybe Purdue can start walking down the main now. Kitsune Rush in response to kind of shut down that push, and Purdue opts to just run from that, which I think is a wise decision. Nano onto the original, looking to run down that Emre, forces a Wu-Yang wave. No one really in stun. Yes, Abtas to get stunned.
Adaptive circuits
Blizzard will get onto the tank, but I don't think they'll be able to eliminate it with that Wu-Yang wave applying a boosted healing. Purdue struggling a bit on this second point.
Healing you.
It's already been a minute off the clock.
Reloading.
Purdue used a lot of ultimates in that fight. I want to see Purdue try and clear that high ground shift by walking through the right side if they can.
I think
Maybe
that
get
would
some
definitely
air
help them
swaps
there.
here. So, Ilari Cat. Oh, we're swapping Ilari Ana, okay. And our tank's caught, because our tank is not aware that our supports are full swapping. It's unfortunate for Purdue. It's going to cost them a little bit of time, and now all of a sudden, 4 minutes time bank is down to 2. Cut in half. We've only made 50% progress on this point. This Emery ult could be quite difficult to deal with for Purdue. Could be some very difficult angles where that can come from. We see Kiriko in the top right room. Emery ult is popped, and you can see May poking on that bridge, trying to deal with it. Will get a few bits of damage down, distract that Emery for a bit. As Purdue has successfully kited that Emery ultimate. No picks, and Need with the pulse bomb will find one. May goes down here. Maybe not the best thing you wanted to do, but Akasa's gauge doing a really good job of spacing that Roadhog away from the team, trying to give more time for their team to play this. That shield pick is going to help them for a bit. Roadhog wants to give this off point, but Need found a pick on the Emery in the backline. That's a good opening for Purdue. Ultimate from Akasa just to stay alive, and the Kitsune rush is built back up for Shawnee. Pick onto Tracer. The Tracer is finally shut down. The terrorist in the backline is gone. Purdue have to back up a bit.
1 minute left on the clock here.
60 seconds remaining.
Purdue coming up on a Nano and an Ilarial. Hopefully they can farm that Ilarial. And quick.
Double support ultimate is going to be essential for Purdue. They want to find an opening to cap this one. We're opting to nano onto the Ilari. No angles to find any poke. We do have the Ilari ult now, but we have also spaced Shawnee away. Tracer is able to get a little bit of cart push here. That Roadhog still occupies that high ground. Echo dropping in for the pinch, trying to get an elimination onto that tank. Cascade dropping a little bit low. The full backup for Purdue. 15 seconds on the clock, 2 ultimates. Pulse bomb has been good from me before. We'll see if they can get it again.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Force the contact of the Ilari and will live for the time being. Alistair showing they are the better Ilaris than that Echo. Wasted one ultimate with a blizzard on point is really big here for Purdue. They will get 2 picks off it. That is the opening Purdue needed. Ilari ult got the spacing. Tracer forced them onto cart, and now Purdue will get a chance at this 3rd point.
Honestly, that was great for Purdue to force that duplication from the Echo.
Yeah. And we'll see no real swaps from both teams onto this 3rd point. And oftentimes, teams would like to swap to maybe more role style on this 3rd point, but both teams comfortable with what they have. 60 seconds left. Purdue, no opportunity to get a big time back advantage, and Roadhog look trying to fuck Alistair. That's gonna reset the time for Purdue a little bit here. And it sucks because Yarissa's in the backline, uses the ultimate, and will still die. It's very difficult for Purdue. They will get another nano boost. Need to be big if they want to cap this 3rd point.
30 seconds remaining.
Dominant swap may be able to control that Roadhog a bit better than the Emery ult is used, looking to poke out the approach. No opportunity to help the tank and survive there. We'll get a trade, but the down the tank is a bad look for Purdue here. Even if they win this fight, they will be a fight at the contest. They will have to win. Nano onto Tracer, will get 1 pick, but it gets rush down main, helping Shawnee trying to leave with 2. Alistair with another. Hog still alive. They will get space to walk forward here, Purdue. They will get a shot at this cap, but it's going to be a bit difficult. That's the pick you didn't want if you're Purdue. Alistair close to that ultimate was essential to stay alive. We'll see if they can anchor long enough on this point for a respawn. But the domino goes down. Overtime ticks away. Purdue drop map 3. Was pretty close though.
Play of the game.
CBG Neeb with the play of the game here.
Melted down. Dusting off. Down they go.
Was brutal on Echo here.
And he was doing a lot on Echo. A lot of work. Just was not able to consistently be able to counter the picks that came out from that Roadhog. I think the Roadhog got a lot of value from being able to walk forward, walk past the tank a little bit, and just get a hook onto somebody. I will be surprised if maybe there's a Roadhog ban next map.
Yeah. That Roadhog was a little brutal for Purdue.
Yeah.
Yep. Esperanza banning Hog here.
Smart play. Smart play for Purdue. I wonder if they're going to. I wonder if Purdue is going to go back a bit towards that diva now that it's back in play.
I definitely think so. I don't know. Purdue is doing really good on the diva here. And diva being just such a strong character right now.
Yeah. Diva is incredibly strong. I wonder if we'll see maybe for Shawnee just a ban on the May. Ban on the May and go to run that Vendetta. You know, when Purdue wasn't running the May, the Vendetta looks pretty good. So maybe that's Shawnee's move. Is okay, we'll ban out May.
I think that is quite a possibility.
Yeah. See if Shawnee can navigate their way to a map 5 scenario. Once you get to map 5, anything can happen. Nerves kick in. Things become just a bit more difficult, a bit more stressful, and just any little bit of difference will get magnified. But I think Esperanza is probably a good pick for Purdue here, regardless of what's played.
I just realized, Shawnee, they're in Ohio.
They are, indeed. It's a bit of a potential local rivalry, maybe. Continue to wait for the bans. I think
I love it when we ban, period.
I think maybe they weren't expecting Purdue to actually ban Roadhog. I mean, it's valid, but it's like, do you really want to invest a ban into Roadhog?
That's fair. But
so maybe they're thinking of their backup strats. What do we do? Do we go back to Zarya? Do we go to Diva? Do we play Vincent? They're banning Ana. I don't agree with this ban. I think this is a bad ban.
that's telling me Amalga. That's what that tells me.
Okay, they want to play. Yeah, I can see it.
Run the Malga.
I can see it. Maybe Malga Onron pretty.
Just full
pretty
fire
well
comp. Malga, Onron, Ash, Alari.
Maybe.
Just go full on, burn them.
Yeah, and you'll see in a little bit here what both teams opt to play. As you said, I think it's probably going to be a return to Diva here for Purdue.
Ready
As
for
we
battle.
see
Mauga.
that May still in play, Neve on the Emre, and will be that Diva Kiri Lucio for both teams. Mauga Echo Emre for Shawnee. How do you think this this Echo is gonna match into
5, 4,
the Emre?
3.
I feel like it
I
could be
think
a
the
bit
Echo's gonna
difficult.
struggle.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Could be a bit difficult for that Echo.
Just because Neeb
see.
is really accurate.
Yes. We'll take a big performance from Neve on that Emre. Just gonna have to secure the 3-1 victory for Purdue. So both teams up to fight over this midpoint. Mauga with the run, trying to chase down that Diva. Will circle back, and now is caught in May while Kiri caught by this well. Will get over the wall, but is not able to help their Mauga, and the Mauga just goes down instantly. And that's the power of that May when the other team's running ground tank. You get the separation, and you either force the supports in, or that tank dies. And then we'll get one trade onto the Diva. So it's not all easy push here for Purdue. They will have to back up a little bit at some point. But they will start getting this push here. 20 meters and counting. Really strong poke here from Alistair. Aggressive here. Look at how close of an angle. Suzu forced early TP away. Purdue finally got their tank back. They forced a lot of utility from that Mauga. Kiriko is extremely low as well. The Mauga just running into the back line. No sustaining kind of move here for Shawnee, and they just ink right into the arms of Purdue. And they will get a cap. Tracer was pushing that bot the whole time.
Forward spawn activated.
Not Tracer. That May. See some swaps here for Shawnee. They're a little bit befuddled of what to do. Up to swap Arissa Sin Genji. Full TP onto the high ground, force out Alistair, and that's how you counter that aggressive play. See, the Emre ult will trade one back, and Akasha is in the back and trying to do some work. Allows Neve to get another, and the cart is still pushing. All of a sudden, Purdue is a little bit of damage here. Astro a little bit too long into the room. Remake on Diva will certainly end the push here. Not after forcing the Kitsune rush though. It's a really good pull for Purdue to be able to get that Kitsune rush out. They're going to have an unmatched Kitsune rush in the next fight. Given that they can regroup effectively enough before an engagement. Akazade does not want to regroup. He just wants to go in and will get caught by that sim. I don't know. Just take the full regroup. Smile. But you've already pushed 90 meters. You have some distance to play with.
Oh, the sim trying to go after a sub here.
Force that May off the high ground. You see the bot is now pushing around the corner down mid. Purdue opting to kind of take this fight towards the archway to say, we don't really want to deal with your high ground from that side. We have passed it already. You can just give the space, and the poke from me will get one. It's a really important pick. Genji dies from the back and will get a trade, but I think it's always an advantage for Purdue, especially when you have your own Kitsune rush. Can you force the Arissa ultimate on top and a Lucio beat? It's a bad look for Shawnee.
Purdue here with the better alt economy. With 2 ults here. Coming on a 3rd. And that Emery ult can be devastating.
Yeah, and they used the Lucio beat in that last fight. You know, you lost to Kiriko early. You decide to try and make a push with the Arissa ult. You try and use the Lucio beat to make sure that Arissa survives. Orisa dies anyway, and now you're running into this Emery ult without a Lucio. Sim wall used early to could have been another tool to defend against that Emery. Will get the pick on sub 1, but Purdue still has a bit of purchase on this high ground. It's going to be difficult for Shawnee State to really push out, and they lose the Genji. That's the trigger for the Emery ult to go. We'll get one. Orisa in the backline doesn't matter as picks going Purdue's way. I think Shawnee lacking discipline here in their macro to be able to kind of deal with what Purdue's putting down. See, Lucio beat now available for Purdue to counter that Genji ultimate. The economy has been strong for Purdue as Shawnee takes the TP to the high ground, take it away. Purdue not making the same mistake twice. They were never there, and now they're playing on this archway with that May. Maywall up, will catch 4 on that Maywall. Amazing play, Genji Blade to try and turn it, but it doesn't matter. All the pressure forced onto the Orisa. Will get the pick. Kiriko TPs into a death. Genji cut. Purdue running away with this Esports, making their way towards the final straight. You have a Kitsune rush here for Shawnee to use down this straight, but when you're on push, you don't want to be using ultimates in your own territory, these big fight-winning ones like Kitsune rush, but you have to stop Purdue's push here. You will get a pick onto this May most likely, but a lot of utility comes in to try and save it, and Chasude's mech is the one that goes down, and we will get a pick onto the Emery. You're forced another... you use your ultimate here from Neve to try and collect the picks, and you've been able to keep enough members alive for Purdue for this Emery ult to really do a lot of work. Many members down for Shawnee, and they're going to get even more push. It's going to be pushing towards 130, 140 meters here. As another pick on the Genji, if Shawnee's not careful and they continue to stagger on this point, this could be a map loss right here. Orisa ultimate to space that Kitsune rush on point. Will be successful, but the Lucio is caught by the diving diva, and the Orisa's pushed too far into the room. Purdue making the push down main. There's not that many people left to contest with the Blizzard on point. Will secure
Purdue's full cap of Esperanza in a dominating fashion to secure 3-1 victory and move on to the winners finals.
That was a great play by Purdue here with a great play of the game by Neve here. These Emery ults are devastating.
See how much utility that Maywall forced, and then just the blaster able to put down so much damage, keep the Emery alive. I mean, that if you think about Emery's kit holistically, I think that Siphon Blaster that gives the lifesteal, it's so much. It is so much healing, and I mean, it will likely get tuned back at some point. But that some point is not today. Purdue utilized that Emery effectively and will pick up the map win. As I said, they will move on to face University of British Columbia in the winners finals, which I believe will be next week probably. So stay tuned. If it doesn't get rescheduled, we will have it on the main broadcast. But always keep in tune to the Purdue Overwatch Club YouTube channel, because we stream games for the other teams.
I think
club teams.
Tomorrow there is Purdue Steel, and then day after we have Purdue Sigma. I don't remember the schedule, so.
Yeah. It's last semester we had quite a few teams making grand finals or third place matches. So surely again this semester we still have a few teams still competing in the playoffs, so be sure to tune back in, set notifications, all the YouTube stuff. I've been Mr. Box here, not usually on the mic, but I am today.
I've been Viper, and we will see